Welcome to the Mother's Day 2024 Recipe Throwdown hosted by the one and the only Chef Alex Cardinale. Chef Alex will be giving out some delicious recipes that you can use on Mother's Day. Do you love to cook and bake? Do you want to cook for your mother this Mother's Day? Do you need help picking what to make for breakfast, dinner, and dessert this Sunday on Mother's Day? Well, great! Chef Alex is here and he has delicious recipes he is giving out on the show tonight. Chef Alex will give out recipes such as cannoli French toast, blueberry and chocolate chip muffins, homemade waffles, peach cobbler, veal parmigiana, and so much more, plus tips for making the best scrambled eggs. If you have any cooking or baking questions, please post them in the comments or chat and I will be sure to answer them. Now from his kitchen live in Green Acres, Florida, here is your host Chef Alex Cardinale.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why, hello there, and welcome to the Mother's Day 2024 Recipe Throwdown. I'm your host, Chef Alex Cardinale, and tonight I'm here to give you Mother's Day recipes. Do you need recipes for Mother's Day? Well, I, Chef Alex, am here to help you out. Are you looking for something to make for your mother on Mother's Day for breakfast, dinner, or dessert? Well, I'm here to help. Welcome to the 2024 Mother's Day Recipe Throwdown. Tonight, I'm going to give you Mother's Day breakfast, dinner, and dessert recipes. Some of the recipes I'm going to be giving out on the show tonight include homemade waffles, homemade chocolate chip and blueberry muffins, cannoli French toast, and then for our dinner recipes tonight, I'm going to give you a veal parmesan, shrimp scampi, a delicious beef Wellington recipe, and a couple of other delicious dinner recipes. Plus, I'm going to give you tips for making perfect scrambled eggs, and I've got a couple of delicious side dishes, a couple of delicious dessert recipes to give out tonight, including peach cobbler and strawberry cake. Now, if you have any cooking or baking questions, please feel free to post them in the comments or in the chat, and I will definitely answer your questions. So, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in, whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay of this show. I appreciate your view. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there this Sunday. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And we are going to start with our Mother's Day breakfast recipes. And here is our first breakfast recipe. It is called a Dutch baby. Now, Dutch babies are really delicious pancakes that come from the Dutch. So let's go ahead and give out the Dutch baby recipe. Now, a Dutch baby pancake is a big puffy pancake that is baked in the oven, and it uses more egg than a traditional pancake, making it a bit more custardy. So it's really fluffy, it has a lot of custard to it, and it's really delicious. So here is my Dutch baby recipe. 3 large eggs, 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of whole milk, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, the zest of 1 lemon, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and you're going to need a 1/2 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries. And you're also going to need some lemon pie filling or lemon curd, which you can get in the baking aisle at your grocery store from Duncan Hines. And you'll also need confectionery sugar for serving. Step 1, Preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Place a medium cast iron skillet in the oven to preheat. In a blender, blend eggs, flour, milk, sugar, lemon zest, and salt until smooth and foamy, about 2 minutes. Place butter in a preheated skillet and return to oven until butter is melted, 3 to 5 minutes. Carefully pour batter into center of skillet and top with blueberries. Bake the Dutch baby until golden brown and puffed, 20 to 23 minutes. Let cool for 5 minutes. And finally, top with lemon curd and dust with powdered sugar. And there is your delicious Dutch baby with lemon curd and fresh berries. Your mother's going to absolutely love this if you make it for her this Mother's Day. So my next Mother's Day breakfast recipe is a delicious donut bread pudding. If your mom likes jelly donuts and she likes bread pudding, she's going to love this recipe. Jelly donut breakfast bake. So in this recipe, we took the nearly effortless concept behind bread pudding and combined it with leftover donuts. To make this even more nostalgic, we've added raspberry preserve once baked, so you'll feel like you're eating a glorified jelly donut. So for this, you're going to need 12 old-fashioned, day-old, unglazed cake donuts cut into quarters, 3 large eggs, 2 cups of half and half, 1 teaspoon of freshly grated orange zest, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a half cup plus 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar divided, and a half cup of raspberry preserves or raspberry jam. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightly spray a 9 by 9 inch baking pan with cooking spray. Arrange donuts in an even layer in prepared pan. In a large bowl, whisk eggs, half and half, orange zest, vanilla, and half cup granulated sugar until smooth. Pour over donuts, pressing down to absorb liquid, and let stand 5 minutes. Bake donuts loosely covering with foil if top gets too dark until puffy and set, usually 35 to 40 minutes. Let cool for 5 minutes. Using a piping bag, pipe raspberry jelly into different sections of bread pudding, allowing some to overflow on top, or you could easily spoon it on as well. Sprinkle with remaining 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. And there is your delicious jelly donut bread pudding, or as it's called, jelly donut breakfast bake. Really delicious recipe, and it's definitely one that we're going to make in the future on Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Well, breakfast items are really popular. The most popular breakfast items are pancakes and French toast, right? But what about waffles? I'm sure your mom will love some homemade waffles on Mother's Day morning. So here's a quick and easy, delicious homemade waffle recipe. So for homemade waffles, they're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 2 eggs, 1.5 cups of warm milk, a half cup of butter melted, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Gather all the ingredients. In a large bowl, mix together flour, salt, baking powder, and sugar, and set aside. Preheat waffle iron to desired temperature. In a separate bowl, beat the eggs. Stir in the milk, butter, and vanilla. Pour the milk mixture into the flour mixture and beat until blended. And ladle the batter into the waffle maker and cook each waffle until the red light turns off. So usually you'll cook your waffles for about 4 or 5 minutes. Real simple to make delicious homemade waffles. Another popular breakfast food is muffins. And one of my mother's favorite muffins is chocolate chip and blueberry. So I've got a chocolate chip muffin and a blueberry muffin recipe for you. So here is a recipe for delicious chocolate chip muffins. So for my chocolate chip muffin recipe, you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of milk, a half cup of vegetable oil, 1 large egg, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a half cup of white sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a cup of mini semi-sweet or milk chocolate chips. And you can definitely add as many chocolate chips as you want. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and grease a 12-cup muffin tin with paper liners. Combine milk, oil, and egg in a small bowl until well blended. Combine flour, the sugar, baking powder, and salt together in a large bowl, making a well in the center. Pour milk mixture into well and stir until batter is just combined. Fold in chocolate chips. Spoon batter into the prepared muffin cups, filling each 2/3 of the way full. Combine 1.5 tablespoons white sugar and 1 tablespoon brown sugar in a small bowl and sprinkle on top of muffins. It comes out just like Dunkin' Donuts chocolate chip muffin, folks, trust me. Bake in the preheated oven until tops spring back when lightly pressed, about 18 to 20 minutes. Cool in the muffin tin briefly, then transfer to a wire rack. Serve warm or let them cool completely. And now I've got my delicious blueberry muffin recipe that I'm going to share with you. So for delicious blueberry muffins, you're going to need 1 1/4 cup of white sugar, a half cup of unsalted butter, a half teaspoon of salt, 2 large eggs, 2 cups of all-purpose flour divided, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half cup of buttermilk, 1 pint of fresh blueberries, or you could use frozen, 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Position the rack in the middle of the oven and preheat the oven to 375. Spray the top of a muffin pan with non-stick spray and line with paper liners. Cream together the sugar, butter, and salt in a large bowl until light and fluffy. Beat in eggs one at a time. Mix together the flour and baking powder. Beat in the flour mixture alternately with the buttermilk into egg mixture, mixing just until incorporated. Crush 1/4 of the blueberries and stir into the batter. Mix the rest of the whole blueberries with the remaining 1/4 cup and fold into the batter. Scoop into muffin cups and sprinkle tops lightly with sugar. Bake in the preheated oven until golden brown and tops spring back when lightly tapped, about 30 minutes. And that is my delicious blueberry muffin recipe. Well, French toast is definitely a classic breakfast item that you'll find at breakfast restaurants and diners, and a lot of moms love French toast. But you know what else moms might love? They might love a good cannoli. I certainly love cannolis. So I put my favorite breakfast item and I paired it with my favorite pastry, and I created cannoli French toast. So here is my delicious cannoli French toast recipe that I know your mom is going to love this Mother's Day. For the filling, you are going to need 1 cup of ricotta cheese, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and some milk chocolate chips. For the French toast, you're obviously going to need 2 large eggs, a 1/4 cup of heavy cream or milk, 4 slices of bread or more, depending on how many people you have to cook for, and 2 tablespoons of butter and some powdered sugar for serving. Instructions: in a small bowl, combine the ricotta cheese, powdered sugar, and vanilla extract. Stir in the mini chocolate chips and set aside. In a shallow bowl or pie plate, whisk the eggs and heavy cream together. Spread 2 slices of the bread with the ricotta mixture, about 1/2 cup per slice. Place the other slices of bread on top and gently press them together. Carefully dip both sides of each sandwich into the egg mixture until well coated. In a large skillet, melt the butter. Add the French toast sandwiches and cook until golden, about 4 minutes per side. Cut the sandwiches in half on the diagonal and transfer to plates. Dust with powdered sugar and serve immediately. And that is my delicious cannoli French toast recipe. Now, the last breakfast item I have for you is not a recipe. Rather, it's tips for making the perfect scrambled eggs. So here are my tips for making the perfect scrambled eggs. Skip the milk and the cream. The better quality eggs you use, the better your scramble will be. Don't add so many unnecessary ingredients to scrambled eggs. Keep it simple. Use high quality eggs, salt and pepper, and maybe a little bit of cheese. Don't crack the eggs into the pan. There's no way around it. You're going to have to dirty another dish. Crack the eggs into a bowl and break apart the yolks with a whisk before beating them well to combine. Cracking the eggs directly into the pan and using a spoon or spatula will result in a streaky, not soft scramble. A silicone spatula is best. A silicone or heat-proof spatula is the ideal tool for this job. A wooden spoon will work in a pinch, but it's just not as good as getting into the seam where the sides of the pan meet the bottom. Don't use a metal spatula, which can scrape and scratch the nonstick coating. Cook them low and slow. Preheat the pan over medium heat, but don't go too crazy with the flame when it comes time to actually cook the eggs. Scrambled eggs should be cooked slowly over a medium-low heat, explains Perry, a chef. A good scramble takes a minute. Go hotter and you'll have overly dry eggs. Worried they're cooking up too fast? Simple. Just remove the pan from the flame as you continue to stir the eggs. And finally, account for carry-over cooking. Remove your eggs from the stovetop before they finish cooking. They should still look loose and a bit runny. Eggs are a protein, and like all proteins, they will continue to cook after you remove them from the heat. If you're serving them at the table, consider transferring them to a serving platter. The hot skillet will do nothing but continue to cook the eggs. So if you want to make your mom some scrambled eggs this Mother's Day, now you know how to make the perfect scrambled eggs. And those are my delicious Mother's Day breakfast recipes. Right now, we're going to take a quick little break. During this break, we're going to hear about a wonderful book my friend Catherine Jones has for sale right now. It is a wonderful novel. And when we come back, I will have Mother's Day dinner recipes for you.
Do you love to read? Are you looking for the next drama fiction book to read? You should check out Moments the Weekend, written and published by Catherine Jones. Escape into a world of emotions and experiences with Catherine's latest book, Moments the Weekend. Immerse yourself in a captivating journey that explores the magic hidden within the ordinary. About the book, in Moments the Weekend, discover the power of seemingly simple moments as they unfold over a weekend. Through laughter, tears, and unexpected twists, the characters invite you to join them on a roller coaster of emotions. It's a story that will resonate with anyone who cherishes the beauty of life's fleeting moments. Why you'll love it. Engaging characters you'll connect with. A plot that keeps you hooked from start to finish. A celebration of the beauty in everyday life. Thank you for your support. As an independent author, your support means the world to Catherine. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Get your copy today and dive into the magic. https://tntbsmedia.com/.
All right, now it's time for our Mother's Day dinner recipes. My first Mother's Day dinner recipe is one of my favorite entrees. It is chicken franchise. Now, chicken franchise is an egg battered chicken that is served in a lemon white wine sauce, and it goes best with pasta, but you can serve it with rice pilaf, you can serve it with mashed potatoes, or you can serve it with broccoli or green beans. So there's a lot of things you can serve chicken franchise with. Here is my recipe for a delicious chicken franchise. So you're going to need 4 eggs beaten, and add some salt and pepper and a little bit of lemon juice to that egg batter. You're going to need some flour, and season your flour with salt and pepper. And you're going to need some chicken breasts. Make sure they are pounded out nice and thin. And you can be lazy and have your butcher do it for you. Or if you like to pound meat and you like to beat your meat, then feel free to beat your meat and pound your chicken really thin. So make sure you have your chicken pounded out really thin. So you're also going to need 1 cup of white wine, a 1/2 cup of chicken broth or stock. You're also going to need 1 cup, or excuse me, a 1/2 cup of lemon juice or less. It depends on your personal taste. If you don't like too much lemon, then use only a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon of lemon. It's up to personal preference. But I like lemon, so I use a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Or excuse me, not lemon juice, sorry. 1/2 cup of Sierra Mist or Sprite. That's what I meant to say. That's my secret ingredient. So you will use a 1/2 cup of Sierra Mist or Sprite. And you're going to use a stick of butter to create a roux. And you'll use 2 tablespoons of flour to thicken your sauce. So we're going to begin by preheating a skillet. Then we are going to dredge our chicken in the egg wash, and then into the flour, and then back into the egg wash. Then we're going to saute each chicken for about 3 or 4 minutes per side, remove from the heat, drain the excess oil, and now we're going to make our sauce. So we're going to take the stick of butter, we're going to melt it, and then we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of flour, and we're going to whisk that together until it's combined. Then you're going to add all your liquid ingredients. That would be the wine, the chicken broth or stock, the soda, and we're going to stir that together until it's nice and thick and combined. Then place your chicken into the sauce and let simmer for a few minutes and let it finish cooking. And they're ready to serve a delicious chicken franchise that goes great with pasta, egg noodles, mashed potatoes, broccoli, etc. All right, my next dinner recipe is one of my favorite versions of Parmesan. You know, in Italy, there is no such thing as chicken parm or veal parm. It's only eggplant parm in Italy. But in America, we had to have meat. Well, one of my favorite parms is veal Parmesan. So here is my recipe for veal Parmesan if your mom likes veal. You're going to need some boneless, skinless veal cutlets. So make sure that, or not skinless, you're going to need some veal cutlets. So make sure you've got really thin, pounded out veal cutlets. We're going to need some eggs and salt and pepper in those eggs and some breadcrumbs. Use your favorite marinara sauce and mozzarella and provolone cheese. So we're going to dip our veal in the egg wash and then into the breadcrumbs, back into the egg wash, and we're going to finish with the breadcrumbs. And that's going to create a nice coating and a double coating of breadcrumbs on our veal. We're going to saute in a hot skillet with some oil, 5 minutes per side. Remove from the heat and top with your marinara sauce and cheese and bake at a 375 oven for about 8 to 9 minutes. Serve with some delicious pasta. And I'm telling you, your mom's going to love this delicious veal Parmesan. My next recipe is a delicious shrimp scampi. So you're going to need some shrimp, a pound of shrimp. You will need 1 cup of white wine. you will need about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and you'll also use about a 1/4 cup of either chicken broth or chicken stock, or if you want, you can make your own stock with the shrimp shells. And you could serve this with pasta, mashed potatoes, or rice, but traditionally, shrimp scampi is served over angel hair or linguine pasta. To begin, we're going to heat a skillet with a stick of butter. We're going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. Then we're going to saute our shrimp for 3 minutes because shrimp cooks fast. Remember that. Shrimp can cook fast and it can get rubbery fast. So make sure we only cook it for 3 minutes. Then we're going to add our cup of white wine, our lemon juice, and our chicken broth. We're going to take another stick of butter, melt that down, and add a little bit of flour, a tablespoon of flour to thicken, and our shrimp scampi is ready to go. Serve that with your favorite pasta. Traditionally, it is served with angel hair or linguine, so definitely some delicious pasta to go with shrimp scampi. Now, for all those moms out there that love salmon, you got to give this salmon recipe a try. So you're going to take some fillets of salmon, and then you're going to take a teriyaki marinade. You're going to pour it all over the salmon and put it in the fridge for 24 hours. So make this on Saturday night. So marinate it on Saturday night in the fridge for 24 hours. Then you're going to take it out of the fridge, let it come to room temperature, heat up the grill or a skillet, and cook the salmon. It is absolutely delicious. You're absolutely going to love this delicious teriyaki glazed salmon. It's fall apart tender and really moist and really delicious. I can't tell you how delicious this teriyaki glazed salmon is. It is amazing. All right, so up next we have cheesy garlic mashed potatoes, which will be a great side dish for any of the entree recipes that I gave you earlier. So you're going to boil some potatoes until they are fall apart and they're fully cooked. So I'd say you probably boil them for about 25 minutes until you stick a fork through them and they fall apart. You're going to drain them, and then you're going to add a stick of butter. You're going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. You're going to add about a 1/2 cup of warm milk. You're going to add 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, 1 cup of sharp cheddar cheese, and you can add more cheese if you like as well, salt and pepper, and you can even add diced bacon if you want. Mix until it's well combined and nice and mashed, and you've got a delicious cheesy garlic mashed potatoes. Now, everyone in America loves macaroni and cheese, and I'm sure your mom's going to love a delicious macaroni and cheese recipe. Well, here is my delicious macaroni and cheese recipe. 2 pounds of pasta. You can use any kind of pasta you like. It could be elbows, it could be bow ties, it could be shells, it could be bocchini, whatever pasta you like. Then you're going to need 3 cups of milk. You're going to need a 1/2 block of Velveeta cheese. You're going to need 2 cans of Campbell's cream of cheddar soup. And you're going to need about 4 cups of shredded cheese. I use a mixture of shredded cheddar, shredded Monterey Jack, shredded Munster, shredded provolone and mozzarella, and shredded Colby Jack. And you can add some breadcrumbs. So we're going to first start by making our sauce. We're going to take a stick of butter, melt that, and add a couple tablespoons of flour to create a roux. Then we're going to add our milk, and we're going to whisk that until it's nice and thick. Then we're going to add in our soup and our block of Velveeta cheese, whisk that in until it's all combined. Then we're going to add in our seasoning, salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, and your favorite seasoning. And then we are going to add our cheeses, and then we're going to cook our pasta. And when our pasta is cooked al dente, 7 minutes, we're going to drain it, add it to our sauce, and mix well. Then we're going to put our mac and cheese in a casserole dish, top with more shredded cheese and breadcrumbs, and bake at 350 for about 20 minutes. And that is a delicious macaroni and cheese recipe. And my final dinner recipe for Mother's Day, perfect with the baked ziti, perfect with the veal parm is baked ziti. So perfect with the veal parm recipe I gave out, and the chicken franchise recipe is a baked ziti recipe. So for this, you're going to need 2 pounds of either ziti, penne, or rigatoni. You'll also need a container of ricotta cheese, some marinara sauce, a block of ground beef, and some chopped up Italian sausage, and a diced onion. Watch how simple this baked ziti is to make. You're going to brown your ground beef and sausage and onions together. If you like, you can even add mushrooms and peppers if you like. Cook until fully cooked, then add your marinara sauce. Cook your penne or rigatoni or ziti for about 7 minutes and drain and combine with the meat sauce. Now we're going to take our container of ricotta cheese and we're going to shred about a cup of Parmesan cheese. Add the Parmesan cheese to the ricotta, mix well, and we're going to place our baked ziti in our casserole dish. We're going to toss it with the ricotta cheese mixture and mix until it's all combined. Sprinkle with our shredded mozzarella and place that in a 350 oven, 350 oven for about 20 minutes. And there's your delicious baked ziti. All right. So those are all the Mother's Day dinner recipes I have for you. Now I've got 3 delicious Mother's Day dessert recipes for you. But right now we're going to take another quick break and we're going to find out what you can expect this Saturday on Saturday Live. Remember, this Saturday Live is a special Mother's Saturday Live. And then we're also going to find out what you can expect on the 2-year anniversary of Saturday Live. I need to get something to drink. My throat is on fire. So we'll be right back, folks.
On the next Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale, it's time to celebrate mothers. Get ready for a Mother's Day themed Saturday Live. Live Saturday, May 11, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's Mother's Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. It's also the last stop on the road to our 2-year anniversary of Saturday Live. We take one finally blast from the past. Relive an interview with my fish-keeping friend Daryl Schwartz. Alex will discuss things to do with your mom on Mother's Day. He will also discuss things to know about going out to eat on Mother's Day and have some special Mother's Day shout-outs. The animal of the week will be the blue and gold macaw. The Oasis Aquatics featured fish will be the starry night cichlid. Aquascape Online featured fish will be the elephant nosefish. Aqua Alex's featured fish will be the Malawi eye-biter cichlid. Sergeant Slaughter will have facts on Wellington Mall and Shake Shack. All that and more on a special Mother's Saturday Live. Live Saturday, May 11, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale.
You are invited to a big celebration on Saturday, May 18, 2024. Saturday, May 18, 2024, will be the 2-year anniversary of Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Can you believe it's been 2 years since Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale debuted? The 2-year anniversary of Saturday Live this year is being known as Second Saturday Live. It's live Saturday, May 18, 2024 at a special start time at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. 2 amazing special guests are stopping by to join the party. Incredibly talented rapper Ryan Serene returns and will discuss his newest album called The Tide after 1 year of waiting. Aquascape Online's Pedro Villegas will be our main event special guest. Learn about Aquascape Online, piranhas, stingrays and more. Plus there will be a huge surprise for fish keepers. Chef Alex will get in the kitchen and show you how to make penne alla vodka and peach cobbler. Aqua Alex gets new fish, but what type? Detective Alex Cardinale makes a rare appearance to discuss the O.J. Simpson case. Oasis Aquatics and Aquascape Online featured fish, funny videos throughout the show, Karens of the week, and everything you already love. Mark your calendars. It's live Saturday, May 18, 2024 at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale.
All right, welcome back to the Mother's Day Recipe Throwdown. And now it's time for the sweet part of the show. It's time for my dessert recipes for Mother's Day. So my first dessert recipe is for a delicious cannoli cake. It's actually a cannoli poke cake. So for this delicious cannoli poke cake, you're going to need a vanilla cake mix. Use whatever vanilla cake mix you like and follow the ingredients and instructions on the back. Prepare that cannoli or the vanilla cake to the box instructions and ingredients. When it comes out of the oven, you're going to take the back of a wooden spoon and poke some holes in it. Now we're going to make our cannoli filling. For our cannoli filling, you're going to need a container of ricotta cheese. You're going to need a container of Cool Whip. You're going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar. You're going to need 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, a teaspoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of orange extract, and a pinch of cinnamon, and some milk chocolate chips or semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. Combine all the ingredients together and mix well. Then spoon over your vanilla cake into the holes, place in the fridge for half an hour, and you're ready to serve your delicious cannoli cake. Now, May is a beautiful time of year. The weather is beautiful outside, and peaches are in season. So it's time to make peach cobbler. You can use fresh peaches, you can use frozen peach slices, or even canned peaches. This is a real foolproof peach cobbler recipe. You're going to need 2 pounds of frozen peach slices, or 1 can, or 2 pounds of fresh peach slices. You will need a half cup of sugar and a half teaspoon of salt. If you're using a can, you don't need the sugar or salt. For the batter, you will need 6 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a cup of milk, and some ground cinnamon. In a skillet, or a saucepan rather, in a saucepan, you're going to add the sliced peaches, sugar, and salt, and stir to combine. Cook on medium heat for just a few minutes until the sugar is dissolved and helps to bring out juices from the peach. Remove from heat and set aside. Preheat your oven to 350. Slice butter into pieces and add to a 9 by 13-inch baking dish. Place the pan in the oven while it preheats to allow the butter to melt. Once melted, remove the pan from the oven. In a large bowl, mix together the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Stir in the milk just until combined. Pour the mixture into the pan over the melted butter and smooth it into an even layer. Spoon the peaches and juice over the batter. Sprinkle cinnamon generously over the top. And bake at 350 for about 38 to 40 minutes. Serve warm with a scoop of ice cream or whipped cream if desired. And now our final recipe, a delicious strawberry cake. And strawberry cake is perfect for Mother's Day, in my opinion. This is a real simple recipe. You will need 1 box of white cake mix. You will need 3-ounce box of strawberry jello. We're just using the powder. You will need 1 cup of strawberries, either fresh or frozen, mashed or finely chopped. You will need 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. You will need a half cup of whole milk, 4 large eggs at room temperature. For the frosting, you're going to need 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese, a half cup of butter at room temperature, 5 to 6 cups of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and a 1/4 cup of strawberries, fresh or frozen, mashed or chopped fine. Preheat your oven to 350. Lightly spray pans with non-stick spray. Add the cake mix, eggs, milk, and vegetable oil to a mixing bowl. Use a hand mixer or stand mixer and mix well. Mix in the 1 cup of mashed strawberries and the dry strawberry gelatin. Mix for 3 minutes, stopping to scrape the sides of the bowl a couple of times. Divide the batter evenly among layer pans or pour them into a 9 by 13-inch baking pan. Cool the cake layers for 10 minutes in the pan before moving them to a wire rack. Wait until the cake is completely cool before frosting. So your cake will cook at 350 for about 25 minutes. To make the frosting, all you got to do is beat the cream cheese and butter until smooth. Add the sugar 1 cup at a time to the cream cheese mixture. Add the heavy whipping cream and strawberries and incorporate completely. Wait until the cake is completely cool before you go and frost this delicious strawberry cake. All right, those are all the delicious Mother's Day recipes I have for you. I hope you find my recipes helpful and useful. I hope you'll use my recipes this Mother's Day. So if you do use my recipes, please let me know in the comments how they come out. I, Chef Alex Cardinale, would like to wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day in advance. I hope you all have a great Mother's Day weekend and a happy Mother's Day this Sunday. I, Chef Alex Cardinale, will be back later on in the month with the Memorial Day Recipe Throwdown. And then after that, we'll have our 4th of July Recipe Throwdown as well. Thank you all for watching. Please like this video. Please share this video on social media by copying and pasting the video URL on Facebook, Twitter, and even Instagram. And have a great rest of your day. And thank you for watching the Mother's Day 2024 Recipe Throwdown. Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much for watching this live stream of the Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank you all for your patronage for the last 10 years. It's going to be incredible riding into the future with more awesome live streams and videos. Aqua Alex Cardinale, Chef Alex Cardinale, WWE fan Alex Cardinale, Detective Alex Cardinale, and the Real Alex Cardinale would like to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this live stream, please smash that like button. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button and become a legendary viewer and a legendary Cardinale. Check out the Real Alex Cardinale on social media. Facebook Alex Cardinale, American Alex. Instagram instagram.com/Alex Cardinale 93. Fish keepers, please join our amazing Facebook fish keeping group Aquarium Obsession. Check out and support Oasis Aquatics, our amazing supporter since July of 2023. www.oasisaquaticsnj.com. Follow Oasis Aquatics on Facebook and Instagram. Have a good night and thanks for watching. Stay legendary.